All right, welcome to the Manga Report. This is episode 9, if I'm not mistaken. This is for the week of Monday, May 18th, 2020. So, as you can see, our first title that we're discussing here is Magmell of the Sea Blue. I think it's not quite right in the translation there. This title is actually on Netflix as of right now. It's actually 2019, so it's a fairly new show. I watched it already. It's pretty well good. I think it's like on Netflix. It's Magmell, spelled Magmell. So it's, or you can type in Ultramarine Magmell. This is let's just read the little synopsis there. It says unknown. Sorry. Let's get into it right. Narrator voice. Unknown creatures, deadly pitfalls. With so many reckless adventures out to make fortune, someone's gotta rescue them. So that's pretty much the premise of the story. Our main character here, he has to save people as they get lost or stuck, out there on their journeys. So yeah, it's kind of like what happens is this island comes up, and people go out there to explore, to try to get money and get rich, as it says. But if something happens to them, then yes, he ends up having to go and save them. He's got his little not apprentice, more like an assistant that works with him. She uses tech and everything, like cameras to follow him, and search for people when they get lost. He has the ability to manipulate this element, which comes out later in the show. So I think you will enjoy this title if you go ahead and check this one out. But yeah, so that's Magmell. Again, like I said, if you have the Netflix, you can watch this on there. The next title that we're doing for the week of May 18th, 2020 is Trump. So this is a Webtoon title. Let's go ahead and open up the summary here. As you can see, it's updated every Monday, so go over the same day. Narrator voice. In a world where using magical powers is natural, Hyacinth, the son of Ron, is raised by the powerful wizard Kasin. The story begins with Hyacinth asks Kasin to send him to the school for a gift of Melly Day. That all gets explained in the story, what Melly Day is, and the magic elements. Our main character is a young boy who's the son of a current fugitive, and the kid ends up getting involved with Melly on Melly Day, and it creates a widespread panic because there's also at the same time a bunch of crimes that are being committed at the same time. It's like a terrorist faction that's happening. So it's a really good read. So that's our second title for the week of May 18th, 2020. Our third title for the week is Otaku and Spirit. So it's a lot to read here. Oh, sorry, and this is on the Manga app. As you can see there. So get into it. Narrator voice. As an unknown cartoonist, Shu Ji-ho has always been a homebody and living a normal life. But when he woke up one day, he found himself got a time travel. There's a narrow lane leading to the mist in the far distance outside his house. Numerous demons and ghosts living in the mist try to make trouble for him. Luckily, his house got a mutation through the time traveling and turned into a magic tool. So did the furniture in it. Yeah, that's actually exactly what happens. It basically goes back to the time of folk tales for Chinese storylines, but everything that's connected to him has spirit energy. So his whole entire house is a huge source of spirit energy. He also can use the items and the spirit energy in the items, and they just become like ridiculous magic tools. Like everything, like his rice cooker, the kitchen knife, his computer mouse, keyboard, all that nonsense. Just it's ridiculous. It's a pretty funny title. So this currently has available on the Manga Report app 89 episodes. And so again, this is our third title, Otaku and Spirit. It's a pretty good storyline. Like I said, it's pretty funny. The main character is he's traveling through time. He's now in the past of like said like folktale time period. But he's like just kind of broken. Like all the stuff he has is just overpowered. Our next title for the week. This is week title number 4. This is on the Wii Comics app, and this is Cultivation Chatroom. So, narrator voice. One day, Song Shuhong accidentally joined an online chat room filled with Xian obsessed Chunis. They called each other fellow Taoists, had all sorts of strange usernames, and even referred to one of their pets as a demon dog. Sometime later, however, Shuhong came to a realization. The other members of the group were actually real-life cultivators, the kind that move mountains and can live for thousands of years. His worldview was shattered overnight. Cultivation Chatroom was actually pretty funny. The comedy, the guy, like I said, the guy thought he joined the chat group because he thought it was he thought they were just like Chunies, like Chuny bills. They thought they were just playing around, they having these delusional grandstanding. Until one day he does an experiment and finds out that these people are real, and that there's this whole secret life of these Taoists or Taoists who are out there, and he is now involved with them and has now started his journey on the road to immortality. So that's our 4th title, Cultivation Chatroom group. Again, if you have the Wii Comics app, you can go ahead and download that. If you don't have the Wii Comics app, you download that, read it on there. As you collect points, you can use that to open up new chapters. It appears this is updated every Friday. Tags fall under action, fantasy, and comedy. And then our last title for the week of May 18th, 2020 is BEM, the 2019 version. This title was actually a recommendation to me, so this is actually one that I'm going to watch for the first time myself for this week's video, so that way I can also have a fresh take on this title. Let's get into the summary. Sorry, it's running kind of slow. All right. Narrator voice. 3 monsters: Bim, who looks like a gangster, Biro, who looks like a boy, and Bera, a witch, act as agents of justice, hoping that they will be allowed to become human. So that's from what I understand, that's pretty much the plot of this story. Like I said, I haven't actually watched this one yet. So this is actually the kind of like the bonus recommendation. It's a one that I'm gonna watch. So this is gonna be a first time viewing this title for myself as well. So I'm gonna kind of use that as the basis behind this episode. This episode coming up on Friday. So everything will be just like I said, a fresh take on this title. It falls under the recommendation. It says titles, the tags on it says animation horror. Again, it's first time watching. I hope I enjoyed this title. And with that, I think that's it for the week of April. Sorry. That's it for the week of May 18th, 2020. Those are our 5 titles. So just kind of recapping here. We have Magmell. We have front, we have Otaku and Spirit, we have Cultivation Chatroom, then we have BEM. All right, so with that, signing off. Remember, as always, stay salty.